Lewisham, didn't know what the hell was going on, was in a van, by the police, dragged down my stairs, cuffs on my hands, and it was like only through the radio that I heard that they were going to put me in Lewisham, so I didn't know where I was. Actually was there till maybe 12 a.m. and then they moved me to Leo Ward, where I ended up being for like 4 months.
I had my operation done at King's College Hospital. I had chemotherapy at St Thomas's Hospital, and I saw my oncologist at St Thomas's Hospital, and I had my lines and my PICC lines and HIC lines put in at Guy's Hospital. During my period of having chemotherapy, I was literally in and out of all 3 hospitals, sometimes twice a week, in all 3 hospitals in one day.
I live alone, I'm partially sighted, registered partially sighted, and I had to wait an hour after I'd been discharged from the ward to be picked up in this van along with 5 other patients who had been there for daycare or outpatient appointments. And so by the time I got home, about an hour and a half later, after 4 stop-offs for the other people, I was pathetic. I just kind of got home and I thought, what do I do now? So, sort of quite tearful. And I think that I felt a bit abandoned and dumped, really, and not really cared for.
Yeah, the questions that they ask, like when someone explains themselves the first time, you end up meeting like 6 doctors who actually the exact same thing, but they always say the same routine, like they have rehearsed it, and they say like, oh, we have your file, we've looked through it, but we're gonna ask you again. And it makes, because you're in that state of mind where it's like psychosis, you can't tell the difference between reality, it doesn't help because it makes you feel like it's a deja vu, like what's going on.
The physio was excellent, good input, but that kind of fell by the wayside a bit on discharge because I didn't get any follow-up in the community with physio. So I don't know whether that was because King's hadn't sent on the information or whether my GP hadn't set that up. So I think there was a bit of a fall down in that area.
My role as carer has involved connecting up the bits of the system between GP practice, lab, hospital department, whose IT facilities do not speak to each other, often due to fragmented contracts. So I have personally had to copy her blood test results, take them in an envelope by hand to the hospital.
I pretty much admitted myself to hospital as soon as I got here because I was so stressed after being homeless for so long and just couldn't cope with having a flat in a place I didn't know anything about, an area. So I ended up in Guy's, and then I was discharged after about 3 months. And then I came out of the episode, but a year later I was back in it. At this point I had not been given any community mental health support. I made a very serious suicide attempt in a car in the New Forest, and that drew services' attention to me, and from then on I got the support of what is now the St Giles Community Mental Health team.
So the next part of my life, which is leading up to my death, is slightly tricky because people don't like discussing it, and I don't want to be disorganised. I've researched it, talked to health professionals, and I'm in the process of working out what is best for me, i.e. that I stay at home and I have care either in the community, Marie Curie, or the support from the team at Guy's. But that is beginning to fall into place, and I will get that sorted out in the next month or 2. But I do think it's important that people are able to access the information easily, because when you come down to it, that last part of your life for most of us is really important that we are comfortable and at ease with our departure.